Let's make some tissue flowers. First, get a white piece of paper and create your background. Your background will need three things. You'll need some grass, stems, and any insects or creatures you want in the background. Make sure you draw 3 or 4 stems on your paper, grass, and then those bugs that you would like to have in your background. The first flower technique I'm going to show you how to use is cutting your petals into shapes. Choose which stem you'd like to start with and pick your first color for your petals. Now when you cut your petals, you have 2 choices. You could either use your scissors to cut each petal individually, or if you fold your tissue paper back and forth carefully, you can actually cut a bunch of pieces all at the same time. Make sure when you cut that you watch out for your fingers and cut any shape you would like for your petals. Keep any scraps aside and you can go ahead and recycle those later. Now we're going to arrange and glue our petal pieces. You're going to want your petals to rotate around that stem center, and make sure when you're gluing that you add glue to the paper, not the tissue. Tissue is very, very thin, so it can rip if you try to apply the glue directly to it. Go ahead and keep cutting and overlapping petals until you're happy with the way your flower looks. Don't forget, if you want a center to your flower, you can just add a little bit more glue and cut a little circle to be the center. The next technique I want to teach you about is the fluff flower. To do the fluff flower, you're going to pick a piece of tissue paper of any color and cut that tissue paper into 1-inch squares. Now we need to glue our tissue paper. Go ahead and move petals of other flowers out of the way and add a little bit of glue to the end of the stem. Take your pencil and one of your square pieces and arrange it at the end of the pencil. Crimp it around the pencil so it creates a shape that looks like this. Then use your pencil to stamp that piece onto the glue, pressing pretty hard. Now you should have a piece of tissue paper that's attached on the bottom and fluffy on the top. Keep stamping those pieces on using the end of your pencil until your flower is complete. The last technique is the bunch flower. So to make a bunch flower, grab any colors you would like to use and cut them into smaller chunks. Add a spot of glue to any part of your flower. Then begin bunching up the little squares into little wads of tissue paper and carefully stick it to the glue. You can arrange any colors you want to make this other kind of fluffy flower. And there you have it. I've shown you 3 different techniques to make flowers from tissue paper. Make sure you follow the directions for turning it in.